Hey, what's guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about nitrous. That's right, but we're going to be talking about nitrous carbide, okay? So we're going to be talking about that again, actually, mainly because in the previous episode, not too long ago, we talked about nitrous carbide blades from Milwaukee, but we only tested the extreme materials blade. This time, on this episode, we're going to be testing nitrous carbide blade for extreme metal, okay? So it was recommended by, I think it was either a comment in that video or maybe, some video with oscillating tools, but somebody said we should test this blade, so, we're here to test that, okay? So Milwaukee right now makes two blades in the nitrous carbide series, one for extreme materials, one for extreme metal. And since our test track is designed for cutting nails, screws, and drywall screws and structural screws, maybe cutting extreme metal blades are going to be better for that. So we're going to check that out, see how it really compares. So if you're interested or wondering about nitrous carbide extreme metal blades, you don't want to miss this. Stick with us. So this right here is the Milwaukee Nitrus Carbide Extreme Metal Universal Fit Open-LOK Oscillating Multi-Tool Blade that's designed to provide the ultimate cutting experience and deliver the fastest cutting and longest life on the job site. That's exactly what we're about to test, all right? And try saying that fast a lot, all right? So this blade with the nitrous carbide is designed to deliver up to 2 times more cuts with carbide teeth, capable of hundreds of cuts in deck screws. We're literally about to go and test that. And the extreme metal blade is designed for cutting metal fasteners such as bolts, screws, nails, and threaded rod. This blade features the OPEN-LOK Universal Fit design, which is reinforced for added strength and control and allows for quick blade changes across tons of multi-tools, okay? This blade, as most would expect, is not compatible with Starlock tools, all right? And this blade right now is 1 3/8 of a cutting width and up to 2 inches of max plunge cut. It has long-lasting laser etching for clear and easy blade identification. I don't know who actually reads that, but it's got a protective black oxide coating for corrosion resistance, which almost all of the multi-tool blades nowadays these have. But this blade is made in the USA with global materials, okay? So this blade is possible for purchase, or you could purchase this blade in a single pack for roughly around 25 bucks, a 3-pack for roughly 50 bucks, or you can purchase it in a 5-pack for roughly $80, okay? So depending on, which kind of package you're going to get them in, you're going to be paying anywhere between $25 versus $16 if you get the $80 5-pack design. All right, so let's take a closer look at this blade. So this blade right here, obviously, is 1561 laser etched on here. Maybe it's printed, I can't tell. But extreme metal, it's, got the spot welds holding it there. It's got a pretty good tang, if you want to call it that. But it says nitrous carbide. The carbide teeth, as you can see right here, are on here. They're not like super sharp by any means, but you can tell, this part right here is the carbide teeth. It's not super thick, right? But it is there, and that's all you really get going on with this blade. It comes in a 3, or at least the one that we purchased in, it comes in a 3-pack. You can buy them as a single or a 5-pack, but I just bought more than one. So, this is what you get. It'll say on here, made in the USA for with global materials and designed for, cutting all of this hard stuff here, okay? It says fastest cutting and longest life, but, we're about to find out. All right, let's take a close look at the damage done to this blade. As you can tell, obviously didn't go that fast or all the way through, but let's go take a look, all right? So this blade right here, as you can see, the edges still have most of their teeth, but the part right that oscillates right here is pretty much all gone. So I want to say for the last few fasteners, maybe it just burned through. Right here, you can see this hot part right here, but the edges still maintain most of their teeth, all right? So, there may be a lot of damage going on to this carbide, but at the end of the day, if you leave it there long enough, it'll just get burned through, okay? So that's what that looks like. If you want to look at it compared to a brand new blade, right, this is what it should look like, as you can tell right there. And that's what it does look like, okay? So let's go see what the numbers actually say. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers and see what the numbers say on how this blade did on the test track, all right? So this Milwaukee Extreme Metal blade, model number 49-25-1561, Nitrus Extreme Carbide, or Nitrus Carbide for Extreme Metal, on the 16D framing nails, it took 15.67 seconds to cut 10 nails. Then the drywall screws, it took 131.63 seconds to cut 10 drywall screws. And then on structural screws, which are the GRK, I forget what is it, like R4 or something like that, it took, it didn't finish, right? Obviously, it cut 2 barely, and then it just didn't finish, okay? Making the total number of fasteners cut before failure about 22 fasteners, okay? So the total time we just did not finish, as we have mainly done with on the leaderboard for this series of tests. And as we said, this blade is made in the US of A, okay, with global materials. So where does that put this blade on the test track? Well, let's go take a look. So with a total of 22 fasteners cut before failure, it puts it in, bam, 5th place on the leaderboard, right behind the Hercules Demolition, which is a carbide blade, but right in front of the Dremel wood with nails MM485, which is also a carbide tooth blade, okay? So the Dremel got to about 20 before failure. Hercules got to 24 before failure, all right? So right now it is ranked 5th on the leaderboard, and that's where the leader rankings stand today, all right? All right, so let's talk about this blade. All right, so first of all, let me go ahead and say Milwaukee did not send this to us. Nobody sponsoring the video. We did purchase this thing from authorized retailer with our own monies. All right. So with that being said, would we go out and buy this blade again? That's going to be a difficult question to ask, mainly because if you're doing a lot of maybe hard metal cutting and you're like softly controlling it and doing that stuff, maybe, but most likely not. Mainly because right now, according to the test, the Extreme Materials blade did way better on the test track, and even the Diablo general purpose carbide tooth blade also did way better, okay? And those blades are roughly around $17 for the Milwaukee Extreme Materials, but the Diablo, if you bought them on clearance or on the sale special, whatever, that we posted many times, you can get, was like 2 blades for like 10 bucks or 8 bucks or 12 bucks, whatever it was. So it was just a ridiculous deal. So hopefully you stocked up on them if you're following us at the time. So I'm sure maybe it'll happen again. So the short answer to that is no, we'd probably not buy this again. But if you're in a pinch, it seems to be a pretty good blade considering where it stands on the leaderboard, okay? So with that being said, I do want to address something that was brought up, I think, in one of the comments. So right now on the test track, and like we do every test exactly the same way. There's a measurement where we put the board and the track, and it's all the same fasteners and all the same style, the same tool, same settings, same weights. Everything is pretty much kept as normalized as we possibly can. But the way that it actually works is the weight of the tool and the 12 amp hour battery actually pushes the tool downwards, okay? So we realized that when you're when you're actually using the tool, somebody's actually holding it and no one's actually just like jamming it in, right, into the nail like that. But in this way, it's all controlled. So maybe in a little bit of a real use fashion, you're holding it and kind of cutting it. It may last longer. It probably will, just except for, the blade just dipping into the fastener. In case you missed the intro, the fasteners are 10 fasteners of each kind that are put about 1 space apart, right? Or 1 inch apart between each fastener. So if it cuts one, it'll drop about 1 inch to the next one with the weight of the tool, okay? So that's how all the tests are done. So like with that being said, you know, it's dropping about an inch. Yes, it's not dropping like a 5 feet or whatever, but it's still dropping an inch. So that may have a little bit of damage on the blade from just smashing into the fastener about an inch or so. But you know, if you want to take that into account, take it into account. If you don't, then don't, right? I'm just here to tell you numbers. You know, to me, it really doesn't matter to me. I want to say if you buy this thing or not, because like I said, we're not sponsored or like that by any means. So I'm just here to help you guys make a better informed decision. So with that being said, I hope this video helped you guys out. If you use oscillating multi-tool blades and you have a really good one that you really like, let us know, because we'll be interested in testing those out. Us personally, we don't do as much just extreme metal cutting. If we use oscillating blades, we usually almost always have to use wood with nails blades or the Diablo blades, mainly because we're cutting something and it's not only always just wood, okay? So the Diablo general purpose carbide blade is usually our go-to, like I said, because we stocked up on so many of them, and they'll cut through almost anything that we put them on, okay? So is the Milwaukee Extreme Materials blade, but we're talking about a huge price difference there. So instead of jabbering, I will say, hope this video helped you guys out. If you have a question, let us know. Otherwise, have a great day. Get back to work, and we'll see you guys next time.